Good morning, you guys. Today is Monday, the 3rd of July. It's 3:40 a.m. local time. We are on Interstate 5, approaching Interstate 580 in the Wesley and Tracy area of California. We're about to make a delivery to the Costco distribution center in Tracy. I've got a 4:15 appointment time there. Most Costco DCs do not usually allow you to check in more than 15 minutes before your appointment time. They have a really efficient system, though, by the way. Most drivers I know, myself included, who do reefer freight, usually call Costco the gold standard as far as food service deliveries are concerned. Warehouse deliveries, because they have a good system. Getting into the place. You just give them your bills, and they'll give you a buzzer. Then they'll tell you, they'll either tell you directly, or the buzzer will actually tell you what door to dock into, or both. And I don't ever spend more than a couple of, actually not even 2 hours. Normally I'm, I would say at most maybe an hour and a half, hour 45 that I'm in the dock door before I'm leaving. I've had plenty of cases doing Costco deliveries where I'm only there for an hour, or roughly. So I don't think I've ever been at any Costco DC long enough to collect detention pay. So there's a reason why drivers like me like to call them the gold standard as far as speedy and efficient process, because they really are. Alright, so we're here at the 5 and 580 split now, as you see. You can also see on the map where where the Costco DC is and what the traffic conditions look like between here and there. Looks like we're in good shape all the way there. Okay, so you might be wondering, well, how in the hell did I end up over here when the last video I posted was a pickup in Auburndale, Florida that was going to Ochalata, Oklahoma. So there's obviously a lot missing there. I had talked in the Auburndale video about doing an Ochalata video, but then I was like, you know what? I needed a break from being from being behind on my video editing. So I'm caught up now, but I needed a break. So, and I've done so many Ochalata deliveries, and I get several of them on my, a good number on my channel also. So I figured, you know what, maybe I could just forego doing that delivery, the video on that, and then just wherever I ended up next, I was going to do a video for it. So here we are. Alright, so let me fill you in on how things went there, and it will kind of tie in with the theme of this video, I would say. Alright, so after I picked up my load in Auburndale, I only thought about running it just, not that far up. I was even just thinking somewhere further up I-75, maybe stop at the Petrol and Reddick again, or I think that's what it's called, Reddick. Or maybe over by Tallahassee or something. I didn't want to be parking too late in the evening, though. But being that there's a time zone change in Florida, in the Panhandle, around the 160 or so mile marker, I don't remember what exactly. Okay, so mile marker 296 is where I-75 and I-10 meet up on the I-10 side. Tallahassee is maybe an hour, I don't know, an hour and a half, roughly 90, 100-ish miles, whatever heck it is, west of there. So, well, kind of about the 200-ish. 190 something-ish, perhaps even. I don't know for sure. It's in that ballpark though. And so, you know, perhaps a half-hour drive west of Tallahassee is where the time zone changes from Eastern to Central. So it was going to be an hour earlier by the time I get, you know, even just running over to that area. So I ended up running all the way over to Ozark, Alabama on US 231. And I also figured out there's a good shortcut to the truck route that I normally use. Because I would normally get off that exit 130 or whatever it is in Cottondale, Florida, and take, you know, go straight on to 231 from there. But I ended up finding out there's another route that, well, Google was suggesting it when I did simulation on it, but then, I mean, it looked like it could have been truck legal, so I went ahead and just gave it a try, just to see what it was about. And turned out, it was actually a good thing I went that way, because it was totally truck legal, and it actually cut a few miles off the trip over to 231. So, but anyway, yeah, I did a 10-hour break in Ozark, Alabama. Then I ran a good shift from there to Clarksville, Arkansas, to do my next 10-hour break. And, you know, by then I was less than 200 miles away from the JCT Mothership. Probably right around 200, I don't know, maybe just a tad over 200, I would say, from Clarksville to the Walmart DC in Ochelata. That would be my guess. Because basically what I did, you know, from Ozark, took 231 up to Montgomery, Alabama. Then there's a state highway I use there to kind of cut up to I-85 without going through that city street loop, whatever you want to call it, actually in Montgomery. It's a little bit quicker. Well, yeah, I took it over, and then I took I-85 south over to I-65 north. Take 65 north up to Birmingham, Alabama. And just on the north side of Birmingham, you can pick up I-22. Took I-22 and what's that, 269? I-269, whatever. And I-55 up. Well, there was actually a closure on I-55. So I had to actually take the 465 or whatever the hell that interstate was, I forget. Or actually I-69, it was, you know, because that's part of the future it's part of I-69 there, what they're building. I had to take that up to I-40 and then cross into Arkansas via the I-40 bridge that goes over the Mississippi River. But yeah, I run a really good shift over to Clarksville, and I think that was like 650 or so miles. And you know, from there, I ended up going across 40 to the Muskogee Turnpike. Muskogee Turnpike would take me up to Tulsa. And then I would kind of cross over, well, actually, if I were going straight to Ochelata, I would have been getting on US 75 northbound in Tulsa and then going up from there. However, I was running actually just a tad more than 24 hours early, as it was, because I ended up going to our terminal. That was the whole reason for me to even doing the Ochelata load, is because I was trying to get to our terminal to get work done on the truck and get my 5-year tenure ring, which is right there on my hand, and get veteran decals put on the sides of my truck. I might have to show you guys that maybe later on the, I don't know, I might have to do the next video for that because it's dark. I'd rather do that during daylight hours, but if you're friends with me or follow me at all on Facebook, I've already posted to my Facebook page You know, even if you're not friends with me and you follow, it's yeah, I post most everything publicly on my Facebook on purpose. So yeah, because something I had learned long ago: if you don't want the whole world to see it, don't post it in the first place. I can't remember if I talked about that. Yeah, I had a video themed about that or whatever, talked about that, but that'd be something I can discuss in a future video. Alright, let me zoom in a little bit so you can get a little bit better view here. We're going to be getting off, I think it's International Parkway or whatever the heck it's called. Alright, so I ended up rolling into JCT Mothership a little bit after 5 a.m. the day before my delivery, and I had a 6:45 a.m. appointment time the following day, I think it was. So I had all day to try to get in the shop to knock out everything that I could and get this picked up and all that. So what I was trying to get done there for the truck was DOT inspection, because it's coming due in a couple weeks. Differential leak, I was hoping to get it fixed. Went ahead and got a chassis lube done, and got the veteran decals on, and then I got the steer tires looked at. They ended up changing both my steer tires because of the way they were wearing. Turns out that the wear pattern there on the outside only is a common issue with Freightliners, or new late model Freightliners at least. I know one of our drivers had posted in our one of our JCT Facebook groups, or more than one of them, about complaints about his tires not lasting more than about 9 months. His steer tires not lasting more than about 9 months before they have to be changed because of whatever is causing them to wear prematurely on the outer edge of the tire. Same issue there for me. I don't know if I got like a kingpin bearing issue or of some sort or what. Generally, I don't really feel or hear anything going on up there that concern me. But you know, the truck actually does track a little bit more true, you know, with my steering wheel. It used to be, ever since day one when I first got in this truck, I would always have to steer to the left to steer straight, to get the truck to go straight. Now, it wasn't a huge amount, but it was enough to where often I had to hold my hand on the steering wheel like this, where my left hand is up above the spoke and then the right hand was below it. Now, where I normally would be at kind of an 8-4 position, like I am right now, you know, or somewhere around 9-3-ish is what I tend to prefer. Or 8-4, 9-3. I never do 10-2 or 11-1. I have reasons why I don't like to run that way. That's another thing I guess I can talk about in a future video. What's the ideal position to truck in? But either way, yeah, if the steering wheel were straight, I guess I would call it like 10-4, which is ironic and fitting considering we say 10-4 a lot on the CB. Alright, well, I wasn't able to get the DOT done. They actually started working on it. We got most of the way through it as far as I know, but they said the guy doing the work did not want to sign off the inspection unless I changed my windshield first. So I'm like, replace my windshield. I know there was a crack there. You know, it was like a rock chip or whatever that hit way down at the very bottom, right by where the windshield and the hood area, I guess I would call it, meet up. And then it spidered up a little bit this way and then over to the right. It is dark, so I won't be able to show you in a show and tell section of video. However, I already have pictures of it, daylight time pictures of what it looks like. So I'm gonna go ahead and post those here for you while I'm doing this. Now, I wasn't really sure what exactly the criteria was, but I was I found it a little bit suspicious that that really needed to be changed. Because my impression was that it only needed to be changed if it affected my view. And, you know, it doesn't affect my view. Okay, so half of the crack that's there is hiding behind my monitor for my side cameras, and the other half of it is like in between my hood mirror and the hood. So, like, what the hell is it blocking my view of? It doesn't block my view of anything. I can see through the hood mirror just fine. What do I really need to look at that little area between the mirror and the hood for? You know, I don't know, didn't really see it as an issue. So, the guy said, "Oh, I'm not signing it off. I'm not signing off the inspection unless you change the windshield first." And he was saying it wasn't DOT. I'm like, that it was a DOT violation, or you know, that was DOT, like out of service type DOT. I'm like, "Are you sure about that?" I didn't know what the criteria was at the time, because I have always had a tendency to go by the CVSA out of service criteria, which, it's very easy to do a keyword search on the CVSA criteria, and I could not find one damn thing anywhere in the out of service criteria about windshield in the past. So, alright, we're going to make a right turn here. Well, then he shows me on the back of the DOT inspection card, and it's all those items are in like really small writing that are hard to read. Now, I have 2013 vision, okay, so I could read it, but it wasn't easy. Even for me with my vision, I had a hard time reading it. So if you don't have 2013 vision, or I don't know, if you're limited to 2020 or corrected to 2020, you might not even be able to read it. However, if you have that issue, you can also go on 49 CFR regs. Okay, let me zoom in over here. I don't really want to be next to these trucks, but we're going to be making a right turn right up here. You know what? It's actually not this. Yeah, it's the next one, I believe. Yeah, I think this is employees only, or yeah, this is not a truck entrance. Yeah, I've been here numerous times before, but I wouldn't say I'm up here extremely frequently. Yeah, my channel probably proves it. You guys have seen me come here before. It just, yeah. I see a lot of trucks parked here, and then this guy here, this clown, parked actually in the damn right turn lane. But he does have his mirror folded in like normal. I mean, like someone who's used to parking on the street. Set up. Okay, now this place used to be a little bit different here with because this is a cul-de-sac, and it used to be right here. There used to be a staging lot right there that you could park in, and then come up here to check in about 15 minutes before your appointment. There are normally 2 lanes here, so I don't know why. I can't tell if that middle lane's open or not, but normally you can use both lanes, and then but now if you use the middle lane, you have to walk. You have to get out of your truck and walk your bills over to the guard shack and get checked in. If you're using this lane, of course, you don't even get out of your truck. They'll actually they have that catwalk area of their guard shack that they walk on, and they can get the bills from you there. Alright, so let me get checked in here. This might take a few minutes anyway, so we don't need to drag this on. Have some more chitter chatter or whatever for you on the way to the dock door. Morning.
Hello. There's spiders everywhere. Corridor 229, okay?
229.
Go straight up the hill and around because it's closed over there, okay?
Oh, okay. So is it over by the wedge door, the wedge building, or whatever you want to call it?
It's the second building over.
Yeah, it's the one that's
the
one
same
that's angled.
building, but you're just going to go up and around, okay?
Okay. Alright guys, we are ready to dock in. We're going to be docking into door 229. No, are we good or? Yeah, I would say, yeah, I'd already, yeah, they just check in 2 trucks at a time. Okay, so some of the dock doors you'll turn right here to get to. Look like door 179 or something, or I don't know if that's what that was for. We're going to go up and around the building here, and you're going to see that, I guess the angled building, I guess I would call it. 229 might be in that building, or at that building. I know there's always OTR trucks docking in on at that building whenever I come here. Sometimes I'll come here and end up over in that corner building when I have those bulk meat loads. However, this is a Tyson chicken load that another driver dropped in Sapulpa. That's where I acquired it from. Yeah, so I ended up making that Ochelata delivery myself, and then after it turned out there was nothing I could really do more on after the Ochelata delivery, because I couldn't get the DOT signed off. And the Freightliner guy, who I needed for doing the differential leak, was not able. He had I guess backlog, or wasn't even there, and was gonna have a backlog until like Tuesday or Wednesday or something like that. I'm like, no, I'm not waiting that long. All right. So anyway, that DOT inspection. Now there are like 3 criteria that they go by. They're supposed to go by at least, but yeah, now there's also an exception on there. Now basically this criteria only applies to cracks or chips or whatever that are at least 2 feet below, I mean not 2 feet, but at least 2 inches below the top of the windshield, or at least 1 inch away from either A-pillar. A-pillar, if you're not really familiar with that, it's these posts right here that separate the windshield and the door windows. No, it would be the sides there, as you would call it. Keep clear. Okay. And then on the bottom, anything above the top of the steering wheel. So that's the area where the criteria comes into play. Anything that's outside that area is it doesn't apply. What is this guy doing? Okay. Alright, he's just following the crowd there, I think, trying to... Yeah, we're going to dock in over here where the rest of these guys are all at. Looks like door 200 right here, the very first one right next to me on the left. So, yeah, as soon as... I might go ahead and get my doors open over here once I'm able to, yeah. I'm going to do like what Martin's doing here and just open my doors right here. Actually, let me go up a little further now that Martin's going for... Alright, so... Yeah, actually, a lot of these doors, they're set up where you can actually nose into the spot across the lane and get your doors open over there, but I'm going to go ahead and do it right here because I'm waiting on other people anyway. Alright guys, the Martin driver is going to be docking into 216, which is just a few spots down from where this guy's backing in now. I'm going to be further down. As you saw there, this guy ended up nosing into the spot across the lane, but to get it, well, actually, what's he got, roll-up doors? Yeah, looks like he's got roll-up doors. Alright, I don't think this guy got the concept that I was trying to go first, so, or actually, no, that's not even the same Martin driver, that's a different one. Now see, this guy cutting in like that, I know he was here first, but if he just lets me go by, I can be out of his way and we can both set up for our doors at the same time. But now as it is, I'm gonna have to, I might have to sneak in between him and these other trucks. Because I actually asked him what door he's docking into for this exact reason. So, because if he was going to be docking in further down than me, I was just going to go ahead and let him, look like his door's occupied anyway, it looks like. Alright. Hopefully 229's not occupied. Okay, so the windshield criteria is anything more than 3/4 inch in diameter if it's a rock chip, basically. Alright, 229 appears to be occupied, so I'm going to have to nose in over there. What's this guy doing? Is he trying to reset or something, or? Because now he's confusing me. I can't get nosed into my spot if, I don't know if he's just trying to reset or what. Alright, now we're good. I don't like nosing into spots like this, but now I have the other issue of is my header board going to clear this guy on my left? Hopefully, we'll see what we can do here, but no, I don't think my header board's going to clear. No, not going to clear. So we're going to have to back up some. Oh. We'll get what we can here, and then I'll Alright, now I'm going to cut hard over here to the right again, and then back to the left. It's hard to get just the right touch on this throttle. Alright, looks like we will, yeah, we're cleared there now. Alright, so yeah, I'm going to have to close my doors back up because of this shit. I didn't realize we're going to have this going on here, so let me get my doors shut here. I thought that door was vacant. Yeah, I normally will not ever nose into spots because I don't think it's safe to back out of these kind of spots like this. straight, so I'm gonna go ahead and come on. Back up or not, you stupid truck. Alright, I'm gonna get my my tandem's cheated over to the left a little bit, so I'm gonna back up a little bit more. I'm gonna get some room to work with here. I just don't want my tandems biasing to this guy's side. I'm gonna get as far back as this guy's space will let me. I think that should be good. Now we'll head over here toward Jackson Trucking. We'll stay over here on his side for a little bit here, and then we'll. Alright. Come back over, square back up. That should be better. Alright, good enough. Alright, so I guess we'll dock in here whenever we're able to. Alright guys, we are finally ready to dock in. Oh, now I've got to wait on this truck back there. It's 5:21 now. I had my alarm set for every 15-minute interval, just in case. Before my alarm went back off the second time, the yard guy had already showed up to let me know. My doors open again. Also, goal, see what's coming. Alright guys, so we got the yard guy there. He's got his baton there. There is another truck coming up to dock in or whatever, but he actually stopped it. Make sure my mirror set of stay clear up. Yeah, we're good. Alright, looking really good here. Alright guys, so we're docked in now. I knew that guy was gonna have to fix himself. Alright. So it is 5:26 now. Yeah, remember I had a 4:15 appointment time. This is the longest I've ever had to wait for a dock door at Costco. Odd. Alright, now my door light's already red too, so alright. We'll have some more for you when we're docked out. or when we're docking out. Alright guys, we are already done unloading. It is just after 6 a.m., 6:07. So it turns out, I thought I was going to get detention pay from this, with how long it was, but nope. Had a 4:15 appointment time, and it was only just a little bit less than 2 hours time spent here. So yeah, and I've never gotten detention pay from a Costco visit. Honestly, I thought there was a possibility today was going to be the first, but no, they didn't disappoint. Even though it took me over an hour to get into the dock door, still getting out of here before the time I'm going to actually get any detention pay out of it. Okay, so going back to the info about windshield issues. As I mentioned, you have that area, you know, basically, if it's below the top of the steering wheel, it doesn't count. But now any okay, so you got a 3/4 diameter chip is DOT. Also, if it's more than a 1/4 inch and it is within 3 inches of another crack, that's also DOT. And then what else? There were like three criteria on there. I got a screenshot of what the criteria actually is, though, and I'll have it right here for you if you want to take a look at that. But yeah, I got that right out of the CFR. All right. Otherwise, let's make our way back over to the guard shack and get out of here. I do have my doors still open because typical with Costco, they do want your doors open when you go to the guard shack on the way back out. Now, this was a little bit different experience here than what I'm used to, because normally Costco DCs will usually give you a buzzer that'll tell you, hey, unloading complete, or actually it'll first tell you go ahead and dock in the door or whatever when it's ready. And also, it'll buzz again when your unloading is complete and they want you to vacate the door. They did not issue out a buzzer this time like is usually the case. I had my alarm set again, just in case I went to sleep. I had my alarm set for 15-minute intervals after I went back there. I didn't even make it that far. It was already I was already getting my door knocked on by the yard guy by the time before my alarm went off. I was like 5:50ish, I think, when I decided to go back there and lay down, and I set my alarm for 6:05, and before I was even able to get to that 6:05, the guy was already knocking on my door. So yeah, they run a really nice tight ship operation here. Is this guy on his way out? Going out? You going out? Alright, so yeah, there's another guy right here. Looks like he's ready to exit also, but he waved me on through. Yeah, he is coming out. I was going to give him the opportunity to, because he was already sitting there waiting. What is that? What is that contraption there inside that guy's trailer? It almost, in a way, looks like the start blocks of for a sprint race. I don't know if I need to. Hello. Thanks. Have a good day. Alright, we'll come up here and get our doors shut. Set an empty call. I have not done it yet. I wanted to get out of the door because the other guy was, another guy showed up to dock into the same door not too long after I got docked in. Actually, only like a few minutes. Okay, let's get doors shut and we'll get out of here. Alright guys, looks like this container guy's ready to leave also. So I'll let him go first. Alright, so I don't have a pre-plan yet. It was the weekend after all, so I'm not surprised by that. And our planners and DMs and all that just came in to start their day about 15 minutes ago. So I assume I'll get a pre-plan pretty soon. Or maybe within the next couple hours, I hope, but after I'm done with this video. So that being the case, now Tracy, there's no telling which direction I'm gonna go to get out of here. I mean, to reload. I've gone in every direction possible from this general area. I've gone north up past Sacramento to reload in like Marysville or Yuba City area or whatever. I've also been known to go to the southwest over to Salinas. I've also deadheaded down to like Turlock, the U.S. Cold Storage, or Tulare or Lemoore for cheese loads out of Leprino or Saputo. Could even end up in the Bakersfield area, like Grimway Farms type of loads, or Bolthouse Farms, or whatever. So, dude, you're gonna run out of room there. So there's really no telling where I'm gonna end up. I could park like these guys are all doing over here, but I don't want to. Technically, yeah, that's no parking any time over there anyway. So what I'm doing now is just PCing. We're gonna go to the truck stop in Wesley on I-5, just south of where I-5 and I-580 meet up, which was just, I had just gotten past that same exit when I started this video. So that's where we'll end up. You guys have already seen what's going on over there, or what the scenery looks like over there, I guess. That truck stop there, Joe's Travel Center, has an abundance of space to work with to get parked. Alright, so yeah, not really much of a point in me showing over there, but I can also get my trailer washed out there while I'm at it. I'm just gonna go there to park and, I don't know, maybe get some more rest and perhaps even get grab a bite to eat. I don't know yet. We'll figure out. Because they got Denny's there and at the truck stop, and then they also have Dickie's barbecue pit there. I tend to like eating at Dickie's. I'm not so keen on eating at Denny's, but I don't mind eating there, especially if it's breakfast. If I'm wanting breakfast, it's not bad. So, and it's not too far. It's really not too much out of the way. Anyway, whichever I go. If I wanted to go somewhere even closer to Costco to shut down, and at a truck stop, there's another one off of Interstate 205. If I just were to go up to the north end of town here and get on 205, or actually you don't even have to get on 205, it depends on what streets you use from here. You can actually get straight to the street that the truck stop is on up there. It's the same street that the Leprino in Tracy is at, off of. I think it's like exit 8 or 9, whatever it is, off 205 though. If you want to use 205 instead, that'd be where you'd go. It's just north of the 205 freeway. They also have a truck wash right there that you can use for washouts if need be. My trailer looked like it was in pretty good shape though, so I'm not even, I could just do a sweep out. We'll figure it out. I might sweep out or I might get washed out. See what goes on here though. Just from outside it looked like it was pretty clean, so I'll have to hop inside it, double check though. Alright, so that's kind of what's going on here, right? You really could end up deadheading in any direction possible from here. So just gonna hang out, maybe get some sleep or grab some breakfast, whatever, and then when it's time to roll again, it's time to I'll get rolling again. Still have 3 hours and 2 minutes left of drive time to work with today, and it looks like my 14-hour clock is also at 3 hours and 2 minutes, but I'm almost at 2 hours of off-duty time, and once that hits, I'll have a split complete, and I'll get a 14-hour clock back. So I could presumably still deadhead to wherever I end up going by the time this current shift is over. However, I don't see myself really leaving until maybe tonight or tomorrow or something, or later this evening or something. Alright, so that's all I got going on here. Hope you guys enjoyed, and maybe you got some good info on inspecting your windshields too, if you're CDL drivers yourselves. I know I learned something new from that, but I still have that, like, well, why are we making our own standards on what passes and what doesn't pass? That is a gripe I have. I'm not going to get too much into the dirty laundry there with that here on the channel, though. But it is a complaint I will have, and I do have, that I'm going to go into a little more detail with on leave feedback to JCT. Like, I can get this done somewhere else, and they, well, anyway, that's another story for another day. Alright, so I'm going to have to get my DOT done elsewhere or get the windshield replaced before someone will sign it off. We'll figure that out. I have home time coming up in a couple weeks anyway for medical and dental appointments, and I also have Brad Williams stand-up gig I'm going to on the 19th in Hollywood. And hopefully I can get the DOT inspection done then. It's also those same 3 days when my inspection is due. Alright, so that's all I got today. Alright, you guys, appreciate you guys hanging out and watching, and we'll have another one for you guys whenever it's time to pick something else up. Alright, we'll see you all around the next one. Peace.